Hi, I'm Rick Burnley, editor of Kayak Angler magazine, and I'm here with Pau Hana's 12-foot endurance stand-up paddleboard. I fell in love with this board the first time I saw it last year at the Outdoor Retailer Show, trade show in Salt Lake City. They had this board on the show floor, and I beelined right to it as soon as I saw it. Really excited to see this coming out of the Pau Hana workshop. I use their Big Easy for fishing, and I was really looking for something a little bit more aggressive, a little bit faster, a little bit more efficient, that I could get out on some open waters and really cover some ground and you know, look for some fish. And as soon as I saw this board, I knew I had to have one to try out, and we've had some great fun on it this summer. This board, like I said, is 12 foot long, but it's a touring board, which means that, you know, instead of your you know, kind of wide and rounded shape you know, recreation board, this is more a board for covering some distance, loading up with gear. They had it rigged up at the show for camping. You can carry 90 pounds of gear on this thing. They actually sell a touring kit, comes with cargo netting and dry bags and rod holders and all kinds of other stuff to rig this board out. You can even use the padding here on the deck as a sleeping pad, and it has a bivy sack that comes. I mean, this thing is rigged up to go touring, you know, stand-up paddleboard camping, but I was excited about it for fishing, and we've had some great times on it. And that's because it's an easy board to use and an easy board to maneuver. Again, get back to this touring, you know, shape. You've got a, you know, pointed nose and a flared bow for a more aggressive entry into the water. It means it'll cover distance easier, cut through the waves, cut through the wind. But in the stern, it still, you know, widens out to a pretty wide stern, I think 30 inches wide at the widest point here, which gives you plenty of stability and plenty of volume to load it up with gear and fishing gear. So kind of the best of both worlds, both fast and stable, and a perfect platform at only 30-some pounds. It's great to grab under one arm, easy carried under one arm. It's made out of this ricochet material, which is much like a regular fiberglass surfboard, where you have a foam core and fiberglass on the outside of it, but this is a special kind of glassing called ricochet. It's like rock solid, super stable, I mean super tough, you know, doesn't ding, doesn't puncture easily. At the Outdoor Retailer Show, they had it set up with a bowling ball bouncing off of it for a whole entire week, and it never dinged. Did scuff up a little bit, does scratch a little bit, but it doesn't ding, and it doesn't crack, and it doesn't, you know, get pressure marks in it and dimples and such like a regular surfboard or stand-up paddleboard would. Stuff is really tough. Oyster shells, rocks, whatever you want to throw at it, it's ready for it, and we've put it to the test and beat it up pretty good, and it still looks great and it still performs great, and that's the coolest thing. Another really neat feature of these Pau Hana boards, and they really went overboard on this one, is these are the C-mount mounting system that they use. What this is it's a plug with a 1/4-20 bolt in the middle of it that goes straight into the fiberglass and the foam, and you can, you know, add you know, screw in accessories on any one of these C-mounts, add you know, electronics, add rod holders like I did here. I like these D-ring tie downs because I can add a crate if I'm going on a longer trip, or just bungee in a dry bag if I'm going on a short trip. But real convenient. I think I counted 11 of them on this board, so really you can customize it to whatever you want to do, or like I do, just leave it easy and simple, a couple rod holders and you're off to the races. We've taken this board out in the ocean. We've taken it in the backwaters. Again, I really like it for you know, its toughness. I'm not afraid of dinging it. I throw it in the back of the truck, drag it down to the water, drag it up onto the beach. No worries. But it's light and it's easy to transport. Pretty easy to store, again, because it's so light. I don't need to put it in a bag, you know, and you know, protect it like some delicate work of art. You know, I can really beat this thing up and fish it, and it, you know, it paddles really well. You get into a little head sea or a, you know, headwind, move forward a little bit, stand on this kind of like concaved out bow area here, move your weight forward a little bit. You can really get aggressive with the paddling and cover some distance. I feel confident to fish this board in almost any kind of conditions, and I've fished it in quite a few, and we've had some really good times on it. So looking forward to getting it out again. So this is the Pau Hana Endurance 12-foot stand-up paddleboard, and I'm Rick Burnley from Kayak Angler, and you're hooked up.